Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. I would like to thank you for stopping by Healing Inner Child Womb Conversations with Z. I'm Zuri Bibi, or Rita, as my friends know me. Um, I have on a pair of new hip earbuds, so I'm trying them out. I normally don't wear earbuds when I do the reading, but I've been prompted to do this. And so I'm following what I'm prompted to do, is what I was told. Um, I noticed that I have new subscribers. I would like to thank you all. Um, the channel is continuing, is evolving because I'm doing all kind of weird stuff now that I didn't do last year. Um, and I like it. Uh, who knows what the messages may be? The messages, I'm still dealing with the inner child, but it seems like I'm dealing with other stuff now that I normally only used to deal with on rare occasions. Um, it is what it is. I have to do what I'm being guided to do. Um, this deck, the Dream Keepers Tarot, I'm using it today because this deck has been calling me. I don't know why. I had it boxed and put away, but I pulled it out this morning, and when I touched it, it lit up. So we'll see what that's about. But um, what I'm going to do first, before we get into the tarot, I'm going to deal with some archetypes because I believe there are some issues that need to be brought out, be dealt with. I should have pulled this deck book out. This book is a little weird for me. I'm over here looking for it now. Oh, there it is. Um, it's deep. Has a story and all kind of other stuff. So we're gonna pull this one out first. This is the Wisdom Keepers Inner Guidebook, um, because apparently our inner child has been dealing with some things, and maybe I'm not fully pulling out what needs to be pulled out. What's on the bottom is precision, and when I see precision, that's somebody that is really detailed. They're detailed in what they can do. But I'm not pulling that card. But I think that's what somebody's looking for. Or they're trying to figure out how to precisely do something. Whether it be a job or skill or something. I'm trying to get rid of this loose sage I have. What's funny is I found a new place to go to get my little goodies. And I was going to go back to the old place. Old place is no longer in business. So I have to I always find a backup place. Now, yeah, I can order stuff online, but I don't know what that stuff is online. And I like to talk to the people that I'm doing business with. This new place has stuff that I had never seen before. They got all the little trinkets and the sage and all this other stuff, but they have I can make potions and all kind of other stuff, and I'm kind of curious about that. So stay tuned. We'll see what that's about. But for sure, I know I got ops, so I'm sure they're watching too. Um, but what I will say is that for a minute they had somebody did a shut up spell or something. or make me go to sleep spell or something. Because normally I'm not tired. I'm not a, I can be up all day and all night, and then I'd come on and I'd get on. But for the past week or so, I wasn't on here. Like I wouldn't come on here like I want to. And I know it's somebody, somebody doing something. But I'm not worried about it. Dang, you saw that. We gonna keep it. Um, that's the message. So understanding is on the bottom. We not gonna deal with understanding. You gonna understand the precision. Let's just put it that way. So let's look at that. That number is a 6 and a 2. And darn it, I move stuff around too much. Um, I can do it from here. 2 is high priestess energy, and 6 is lovers. But it's a 6 and a 2. Let's look at the picture. I see a tree here, and it's funny because it looks like the tree of life, the Kabbalah. And then she has these, it's a lot of air energy, so it's a lot of thought. They're not fireflies, but I can't really name the the flame. I can't recall it right now. But then in her middle eye, her third eye, there's this lotus plant. So there's been some muddy things going on. It's beautiful though. But it's a lot of orange and yellow, red. So you're looking at your sacral, your base, your sacral, and your solar plexus energies. And then she has something here on her chin. Something with her nose. And she's a mature woman. A lot of meditation, a lot of going within. So this is a lot. This is part of her journey. But she doesn't look, oh wow, I didn't notice this. She's getting grounded. That's her in the tree. And I don't know the pose, but I know she's getting grounded. She's getting grounded up in the ether. So as above, so below. This this individual is learning how to master themselves. Let's see what the book says. 62. And this individual, whoever you're watching, you could be 62. My channel could be for, I don't know how old you could be. You could be any age. 62, 26. I don't know. That kind of stuff never bothers me if you old enough to get the message. Old enough to get the message. Um, oh, okay. Intelligence is of the heart, whereas intellect is of the mind. So somebody may be trying to balance that. Precision. The gift is precision. So, but the shadow is intellect. So somebody has to be careful that they're not too smart. Too smart for your britches. Too smart. Outsmart yourself. And this siddha is impeccability. Impeccable means the best. You can't find any flaws or very few flaws. The SIDDH city. What is this word? And I want you all to know when I say these words, I want you to at least know what I'm saying. Um, I'll look it up on a different device. I got several devices here so I can do things. What is this? I was not aware that I was going to be doing this, so SIDDHI. Ah, yoga, a miraculous power imparted by the late stages of intense meditation. Buddhism, any occult power acquired through discipline. That's interesting. Siddhi, that's how you say it, Siddhi. So somebody may be embarking on yoga, and whatever this is about, you're going to get some precision on something. Let's keep it moving. What? Okay, I won't read the story because it takes a while. But this gift, why did I flip it over? Somebody don't want this message out because this is different for me. The gift of this card, I want you to know the difference between the intellect and true intelligence. The intellect is your mind's ability to think, gather facts, and manipulate knowledge through language, air energy. It is wonderful, but limited. The more intellectual you are, the less true intelligence you use. The next time you look around you, look with your whole heart. Take in the essence of our mysterious world deep into your soul, and you will begin to taste true intelligence. From this place, you will care less about potential humiliation and more about speaking, writing, and inventing with love. In the language of simplicity, you will become an embodiment of precision and transform the world. So apparently somebody was in using only their mental ability. And they thought they were so smart. They were so logical. Oh, this person, where am I at? 13 minutes. Okay, we're going to read it because somebody needs to hear this. Read, yeah. I was a vibrant child, always doing cartwheels and dancing with the wind. But in school, I was taught to sit still, learn the facts, improve my intellect by doing well on tests and writing convincing essays. I was smart, so my brain quickly filled up with facts. This is air energy. The people around me expected me to become something important, so I fulfilled their expectations. This person was a people pleaser. I went through medical school where I learned about the human body and just about every symptom, illness, and medication. Before long, I was working long hours in a busy, prestigious hospital. When the patients when with patients I looked for problems, took meticulous notes, and ran their symptoms through my perfectly internalized list of pathologies, only using mental, logical reasoning. I rarely sat down to look in their eyes, hear their stories, or acknowledge their wisdom. They were very, very, very anal about whatever it is they were doing. It had to be this way. I talked pedi- pedantically to patients who mentioned alternative healing modalities or the power of prayer. So this person was more on the, dang, it left my head. Pedagogy. They dealt with that. They didn't waver. They were very strict. Only one-sided. They didn't waver. My behaviors were obsessive, and I was constantly avoiding my patient's pain as well as my own. This person, what is this? What's the word? When people ignore you, you say what you want to say, and they hear you, but they ignore you. It sounds like a narcissist. I can't think of that word either, but that's what they did. And I don't know if they were doing this on purpose, but because they were so straight, focused on doing things by the book, they were not able to really see the true individual. They were just looking at the illness. It was like you walked in the room, but they didn't really see you. They just said, "Oh, you got a sore throat. Okay, what's the throat? Let me do blah blah blah." They didn't really look at the whole individual. What are you eating? How all of that. They were not that. Okay, let me keep going. It wasn't until an unusual patient entered my life that everything changed. Despite her own illness and suffering, she managed to see right past the stress I felt and straight into the loneliness. In the middle of an appointment, she asked me how I was doing. Was I happy? Was there anything she could do for me? For some reason, I opened up to her and shared about my life. The constant migraines, the feeling like I was drowning in a sea of details and responsibilities. At the end of our talk, she held my hands and calmly suggested I go to a yoga class. There was a teacher she wanted me to experience. For some reason, I listened. I'll never forget how awkward I felt at the beginning of that class, or how my body and mind melted like butter with each pose as I stretched, breathed, and relaxed. The teacher moved with such ease, grace, and impeccability. Instead of speaking, she gently placed her hand on the small of my back, and tears began to flow. How I'd miss the cartwheeling girl who knew nothing about the human body other than how to be in it and enjoy it. Now I integrate yoga, movement, and meditation into everything I do. Even in the busiest places, my mind remains delightfully still. I listen more than speak when with patients, and am astounded by how much of their bodies know what they need. My heart and body are at peace. This individual was trained to be a certain way, to not acknowledge emotions and stuff like that. Like I said, there's a lot of air energy. This is a lot of air energy. So somebody's inner child, you need to ask your inner child this. Do you feel stuck in life's details with no creative outlet? Is it hard to switch off your mind? Is it always going? Does your mind often pick apart the flaws in people's thinking? Go on a heart walk. Instead of looking out at the world and noticing the facts, see if you can impeccably feel the spirit. Listen to the trees. Feel into the people. Notice how this experience impacts the way you feel and communicate. Be open to surprise as you reconnect with your true intelligence. Somebody thought being smart was the end all be all, but by just being intellectual, you're limiting your ability to be truly intelligent. And so somebody's inner child, this came up apparently because somebody's inner child needs this. And it's funny that yoga came out, because I was thinking about yoga myself. It's interesting. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna see what other archetypes are coming out for this. Samaritan refines your ability to help those you would prefer to ignore.